Happy Wednesday, y'all, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hey, my name is Nicole, and over here we talk about elevated homemaking, effortless hosting, and womanhood, and a little bit of everything in between. So if that's the type of content that you like, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you already hadn't, and stay tuned for today's video. So on Sunday over the weekend, my husband and I decided to host both of our parents here at our home for Sunday dinner. Now, I'm always a big advocate for Sunday dinners. I grew up having people all in our home on Sundays, different people, not just family, but friends of my grandmother and extended family. We grew up having Sunday dinners all the time. So I've always tried to keep that tradition alive in our family, with our immediate family and with our extended family. So when my husband decided he wanted to invite our families over for dinner, I was all for it. And I was like, okay, yay, let's do it. So as I do with any type of event or anything that I have in my home or otherwise, I always pray about the direction that I, would like everything to go. I pray about, the home. I pray about the menu. I pray about every single thing, because I want everyone who comes into the home to not only feel safe and at peace and at refuge. That's a given, because that's how I make my home. But I also want them to have a sense of welcome when they come in, and I want them to feel catered to. So my mother-in-law takes a certain medication that causes her to be able to lose her appetite and causes her to not be able to taste her food. So when I was praying about what to do or what kind of food to serve, the Lord kept giving me lemon-inspired dishes. Kept getting lemon-inspired dishes is all I kept hearing. So I told my husband, I think we should have a lemon-themed menu. So he agreed, and we went on. So what you see me doing here is baking. I wanted to get the dessert out of the way first. So on the menu for dessert is lemon velvet mini bundt cakes. Now, in the last video, you saw me go to Williams-Sonoma and pick up a new mini bundt pan. And I like the pan. I think it's decent. But I also think that it could be a little bit more functional for the price that it was. It did well, but some of my cakes did not come out whole. You may or may not see that at the end, because I did cover them well. But I decided to go ahead and just get the dessert out of the way first. So you see me here just pouring in the batter. And y'all, when I tell you this recipe was so good, it was so fluffy, it was so moist. It's just like if you're baking a regular red velvet cake, except, there's no food coloring. And I was supposed to add yellow food coloring, but I forgot to pick it up at the grocery store. So it was fine, because the cake was yellow anyway. So here you just see me pouring the batter into the different cavities, and I'm going to pop it in the oven on 325 for 35 to 40 minutes. And we're going to move on. Also on the menu were lemon Greek potatoes. So I just got some Yukon Gold potatoes, cut them into quarters, well, more than quarters, but cut them up and added seasoning to them. So the seasonings that I used here were kosher salt, like I always use, kosher salt, black pepper. I love the taste of dill on potatoes. So I added some dill weed, dried dill weed, but I also added fresh dill as I was cooking them. And then I added garlic powder, Italian seasoning, and some parsley. Tossed that all in some olive oil and stuck it in the oven, roasted in my brazier for about 400 degrees for about 35 minutes. And as you'll see in the next clip, I also added some fresh lemon juice as well, because again, everything on the menu is lemon inspired and has lemon in it. And if you watch my last video, you'll see that these sort of are like the same potatoes that I made in the last video, except here I think I added fresh dill and rosemary in the potatoes before, but this time I decided to add lemon. I did decide to do a different type of floral arrangement on the tables, but I wanted to keep it pretty minimal. I didn't want to do a whole lot. I didn't want it to be really, really extra. Still extra because it's me, but I didn't want it to be too over the top because I just wanted our parents to just come in and enjoy and sit down and relax. I didn't want them to think that, it was too formal or anything. And I was just feeling like a relaxed Sunday spring dinner. So that's what I did. You see, I keep the arrangements low here. I didn't add a lot of florals, but I added just enough to, give me that color that I wanted to have. This purple and this green's really been speaking to me here lately, as you all know. And so I wanted to add those pops of colors in. So I grabbed some hydrangeas along with some purple roses and of course some different type of fillers. And then I added this eucalyptus that I actually really loved. It smelled really good and I felt like it went really well with all the lemon inspired dishes that we had. So the scent was not overpowering when we got it on the table. It worked perfectly with the smell of all the lemon scented dishes. I didn't want to overwhelm my mother-in-law's sense of smell or her palate when she came for dinner today. And these are the types of things that I want us to keep in mind when we're hosting or when we're entertaining. Hosting and entertaining is all about bringing your guests into an experience. So we want to make sure that we're doing the things that accommodate our guests. I also did end up using the white plates that I already had just because I didn't want to go out and buy anything else. And then the spring plates that I showed you all before were a perfect addition to the white plates. I also used the napkins that I used in the last tablescape that I showed you, and they just ended up being just perfect. I also, of course, customized the menu so everybody could know what we were eating, and then just set the table, and everybody loved it. Please excuse my mom in the background sitting over on the couch. She, bless her. Like I said, I wanted to keep things pretty minimal and kind of a little bit low-key. So, minimal on the arrangements, minimal on the table decor. Now that I had the table set the way I wanted it to, sort of, you'll see me add a little bit more later on in the video. I wanted to go ahead and prep the salad. So I had some onions that I pickled the other day from dinner that we had. So I knew I wanted to add this to the salad. The salad is a lemon Parmesan salad, and both of our parents love onions, so I thought that the pickled onion would be a perfect addition to that, along with the Parmesan cheese and the lemon. I also decided to make a vinaigrette like I always do. And it's just a simple vinaigrette with olive oil, red wine vinegar, salt, pepper, honey, of course, for some sweetness. I added dill because, again, that was in majority of the dishes. And I'm sure I added lemon. I don't know if I told you before that I added it or not, but I added lemon as well. And Dijon mustard. And this is just my go-to quick dressing that I tend to make all the time. these greenish yellow tulips that I found the other day, and it was perfect. So it was time to plate all of the food. So here you just see Jasmine helping me, gather all the potatoes and scoop them into the serving bowls. So here we have our lemon Greek potatoes, and they were actually very, very good. And I just added a little bit more Parmesan cheese to them along with some parsley to make it pretty. And then my husband grilled lemon grilled chicken wings. Absolutely delicious. And here you just see me putting the salad into the serving bowl, and I'm trying to get us prepped and ready to eat. I'm going to stop talking now and let you all enjoy the rest of the video. But I do want you to know that not only did my mother-in-law eat and she was able to taste the food, but she went back for seconds. She called us the next day and told us that she was still eating. This is after her not being able to eat in over a week. So I give God all the glory because he gave me this idea. So I want to say to you that hosting is actually bigger than us. Hosting and homemaking is a ministry. For me, it's my ministry, and it's how I show love to God's people throughout, using my gifts of hospitality to make his people feel seen, warm, welcome, and safe. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you feel about the reason why I told you behind the menu and what inspired all of this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you already hadn't, and I will see you all on Sunday.